Okay, hello students. We have already done with the simple forms and the continuous form of the tenses. In this session, we shall continue our tenses with the perfect and the perfect continuous forms of all the three tenses. In my last lecture, I had ended with the perfect form of present tense. We are again going to start with the perfect form of present tense so that you will be able to understand the tenses that follow. If you remember, I also told you that present perfect tense and simple past tense are somewhat similar, but there is a point of difference between them, and that is time. Like for example, if I say I dash 6 tenses by now. Now here I will put the answer I have taught 6 tenses by now. प्रेजेंट टाइम डाला है इसीलिए आई हैव टॉट. लेकिन अगर मैंने बोला होता आई डैश 6 टेंसेस इन माई लास्ट लेक्चर, नाउ इंस्टेड ऑफ पुटिंग हैव टॉट आई वुड हैव पुट द आंसर taught because I taught 6 tenses in my last lecture. Why? Because the time phrase in my last lecture is mentioned in my sentence. So this was what we have done yesterday in our class. Okay, I also gave you another example. I dash the Taj Mahal. In bracket you have the verb see. What will be your answer over there? The answer will be I have seen the Taj Mahal. Why? Because here it is a sentence of present perfect tense. और हमको कैसे समझा कि ये सेंटेंस प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस का है? बिकॉज देर वॉज नो टाइम मैंशनड ओवर हियर. सपोज ये सेंटेंस अगर ऐसे होता आई डैश द ताज महल लास्ट ईयर, then the answer would have been I saw the Taj Mahal last year because the time phrase last year is mentioned in the sentence, which makes you understand that the sentence is now of simple past tense and not of present perfect tense. So once again I am giving you the formula of present perfect tense. Okay, the formula we did was subject plus have oblique has plus which verb form I had told you? It is always the verb form 3 plus object. Here the condition was we talk perfect. I also told you what was the meaning of perfect: action already done. Here perfect means कि action already complete हो चुका है. अंतर इतना है कब हुआ या सिर्फ हुआ. In present perfect tense the condition was कि the action was started in the past, it got completed in the past, लेकिन in present it has only its effect. So here the sentence will be, for example, I'll say I have taught, I have T-A-U-G-H-T, taught 6 tenses by now. Now this means कि I have already completed 6 tenses by now. Okay, now moving after present perfect tense, we'll do with the present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous tense. Okay, now here let's learn to decode this. Present means now, perfect means, as I told you, the meaning of perfect is before. अभी जो एक्शन है वो पहले चालू हुआ, एंड कंटिन्यूस मीन्स कि वो चल रहा है और चलते ही जा रहा है. सपोज इफ आई एक्सप्लेन यू बाय द मीन्स ऑफ डायग्राम, लेट्स कंसिडर दिस एज अ टाइम लाइन. This line is your present and this portion is past and this portion is future. Let's consider this as future, this as past and this is your present. Now, how do we demarcate present perfect tense? Present perfect tense means an action that started in the past, it is continuing till the present, and it is right now also going on and on and on, and it is not specified when is it going to end. What we mean to say is कि it has started in the past. अब past भी ये recent past भी हो सकता है और ये far away past भी हो सकता है. It doesn't matter कि वो past में कब चालू हुआ. What matters is कि past में चालू हुआ, past से अब तक चल रहा है और चलते ही जा रहा है. This is your present perfect continuous tense. An action that started at a point of time in the past is continuing till now and is still going on. So let's see the formula for this tense. The formula for this tense is subject plus have or has plus been plus V4. All the continuous tense take the verb form V4, whereas all the perfect tense take the verb form V3. This you just need to memorize as a tip for learning tenses. So subject plus have been or has been plus V4. अब इसमें एक खास बात आगे आती है. We can also put the time phrase over here, since or for, to mention since when the action started in the past. Past से वो action कब चालू हुआ ये बताने के लिए we can use the time phrase since or for. Before I make the sentence, let me tell you the example. Let me tell you the use of since or for. बहुत सारे बच्चे इस चीज़ को लेके confused होते हैं. When we mention the exact time of starting the action, we use since. Since is used when we are mentioning the exact time, exact year, exact month, or when we use the word last with the sentence, we use since. And we use for to express any duration. When there is no specified starting point of the action, we use the word for in the sentence. Now let's make an example. The example here can be, I have been teaching what English? From when? Now suppose if I specify the time. Since 2008. This means, let's consider, now let's again see the diagram. Let's consider this as 2008. From 2008 I started teaching. I am teaching and this is 2020, and till now my action of teaching is in continuation. It is continuous and continuous. This means the action of teaching English by me started in 2008. It is in continuation since then, and it is right now in 2020 also in continuation. So this is the example. I have been teaching English since 2008. I have used have because it is I over here. I is a member of plural subject group. Let's make another example. Let's imagine it has been raining since morning 5 o'clock today. How are you going to make the sentence? It's quite easy. It is considered as singular subject. I'll say it has been raining since 5 o'clock in the morning today. In the morning today. Now you can see I have used the word since again. Why? Because I have specified the time since when the rain has started. But I could have also written it. It has been raining. Now let's for 4 hours. When we put the word hours in the sentence, this demarcate the duration. As I mentioned here, whenever we specify a duration and not the exact starting point of any action, we use the word for. So here it has been raining for 4 hours, or it can be it has been raining since 5 o'clock in the morning. For me also I can say I have been teaching for about 8 years, for about 10 years, because here I am just mentioning the duration. 10 years में 2-3 महीने कम भी हो सकते हैं, 2-3 महीने ज़्यादा भी हो सकते हैं. It is not exact, but when I mention the exact starting point of the action, then I have to use since, because here I am telling you the exact year from which I started teaching English. So it will always be I have been teaching English since 2008. So this is how we use present perfect continuous tense. So you can copy down these two formulas of present continuous tense and the formula is here, and present perfect tense. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now we shall move to the past perfect tense and past perfect continuous tense. Now here you need to be a bit more particular about. Here we are going to start with past perfect tense. Okay children? Now as I told you earlier, perfect means before, anything that started earlier. मैंने आपको पिछले लेक्चर में भी बताया था, perfect का अगर हम याद करने के लिए मतलब याद करें तो perfect का मतलब होता है past या फिर पहले, okay? या फिर we can also call it as before, okay? The word perfect, this is not an English dictionary meaning. This is the meaning which we need to remember with reference to the tenses, okay? So perfect का मतलब होता है अगर past, तो past perfect का मतलब क्या होगा? Now let's decode it according to this formula. मतलब past के भी past में होने वाला tense. तो यहाँ पे अब हमारा मतलब आता है कि past में कुछ हुआ और उसके past में भी कुछ हुआ, यानी कि हम 1+1 we are talking about two actions in one sentence. That is basically the most important tip to remember this tense, कि we always use past perfect tense to describe an action that got completed before another action. क्योंकि past का है यानी past के ही दो एक्शन होने वाले हैं, यहाँ पे past के दो एक्शन जो रहेंगे उसमें से एक एक्शन पहले होगा और दूसरा एक्शन ऑब्वियस सी बात है बाद में ही होगा, लेकिन the one that happens before takes the formula of past perfect tense. Now let me also explain it diagrammatically. Now again, this is the timeline, this is your present, this is your past and this is your future. Now we, as per the usage, I am not only talking you as per the formula. Formula हम छोटे रूप में भी learn कर सकते हैं, but I am giving you all this detail to tell you about the use of past perfect tense. What is the use? When we talk about two past action, one happening before the other, and the one that happens before takes the helping verb had with it, and the one that happens after is expressed in the form V2 in the sentence. और जो कि मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था, in all the past tense, what is the mandatory condition? All the past tense should mention time of the action. When we are mentioning the time of the action, it can be mentioned directly, it can also be mentioned indirectly. How? By the means of second action or directly by stating the time. How we are going to tell this? I will tell you by the example. But before, what is the formula of past perfect tense? Let's learn the formula. Subject plus had. Here there is no option for singular subject or plural. Even if your subject is singular or plural, both of them take the helping verb had with it. Subject plus had plus. Now, what did I tell you? All the perfect tense takes which verb form? They always take the verb form V3. Subject plus had plus V3 plus object. Normally the formula ends here. This is what we were taught in the schools. But since we are talking about the usage point of view, I will extend the formula that we will mention the time by the means of second action, and the second action will be mentioned in the form of V2. So here in one formula we are having two verb forms, one expressing the action and other will express the time automatically for the first action. Now see the example. Let me make an example. The train had left before I reached the station. Now let's try to understand this formula. The train over here, this is your subject, this is your helping verb. Now left is the V3 form of the verb leave. Leave, left, left, and the fourth form will be leaving. So this is the V3 form. The train had left. Now the obvious answer would be when. As I told you, all the past tense sentence should answer the question when. That means the time has to be there. So the answer will be the train had left when? Before I reached the station. That means two action had occurred. Train पहले चली गई, मैं बाद में station पहुंचा. So see, the reached word is expressed there in the form V2, and here it was left. So we had two actions in one sentence. ट्रेन का जाना और मेरा या हमारा स्टेशन पे पहुंचना. So I guess this is clear. One more sentence we'll do. I had completed my work when you called. जब तुमने मुझे फ़ोन किया, उसके पहले मैं अपना काम ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर चुका था. पास्ट के दो एक्शन, तुम्हारा फ़ोन करना और मेरा काम को कंप्लीट कर लेना. So this was very clear again. Had completed and called. So this makes the condition clear that we had two actions in one sentence. To continue with this, we will talk about now past perfect continuous tense. अब यहाँ भी वही condition. Again I'll explain the same thing by the means of diagram. Now we are talking about, wait, I'll do it again. After past perfect tense comes past perfect, tense. Okay, past perfect continuous tense. Now by the means of diagram again, this is your timeline, this is your present, same condition over there. Two actions, ये past का एक action और ये past के भी, ये past का action और ये past के भी past. Past perfect. As I explained you, this means past का action और ये past के भी past का action. यानी दो action. ये past का action, ये perfect यानी past के भी past का action. Now see the word continuous. यहाँ इससे पहले क्या हुआ था? इसके पहले वाली टाइमलाइन में what did we see? कि एक एक्शन अपना कहीं और हुआ, दूसरा उसके बाद कहीं और हुआ. मीन्स दे बोथ happened independently. They were not connected to each other. But here in this case, there's a connection. First action that happened before another action, that will be in continuation till the second action happened. The first action is going to continue till the second action happens, and it will stop when the second action happens. Therefore, it is called as past perfect continuous tense. Now going to the formula, what will be the formula of this? It will be subject plus had been plus, since it is continuous tense, as I already told you, all the continuous tense takes the formula V4. Subject plus had been plus V4 plus. Again, the time can be in the form of V2. Now let's see. अब मैं एक सेंटेंस बनाती हूँ कि मैं पढ़ा रही थी, पढ़ाती ही जा रही थी, एंड जब कोई आया तब मैंने पढ़ाना रोका. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई हैड बीन टीचिंग फॉर 2 hours when you came. मतलब मैं 2 घंटे से पढ़ा रही थी, पढ़ाते ही जा रही थी. कब? जब तुम आए उसके पहले. बट द एक्शन गॉट स्टॉप्ड व्हेन यू केम. मीन्स द एक्शन वॉज इन कंटिन्यूएशन फॉर 2 hours and it stopped when the second action happened. That means another person came. There can be another example. I had been searching my office address for 2 hours until I finally found it. So the action of searching was going on and on. And when did the action of searching stop? When I finally found the address of my new office. So that was quite clear that we use past perfect and past perfect continuous tense when we have 2 actions in one sentence. I hope that's quite clear. It is as simple as it was simple past, but in simple past, normally we talk about one action, and when we talk about 2 action, specifically the second action functioning as a time for the first action, then we use past perfect or past perfect continuous tense. Whereas in simple past tense, we do not use another action as a time. We directly mention time. For example, I taught 6 tenses yesterday. So the yesterday word was used to express the time, whereas here we are using second action as a time. For example, I had been sleeping when you arrived. मतलब जब तुम आए तब मैं सो रहा था, लेकिन तुम्हारे आने पे मैं उठ गया. So that was past perfect continuous tense. Okay, now moving ahead to the future perfect tenses. Okay students, now let's start with future perfect tense. अब जिस तरह से हमने पहले अभी ये एक्शन समझा, फ्यूचर परफेक्ट टेंस मीन्स, परफेक्ट का मतलब तो हम पहले ही समझ चुके हैं कि पास्ट में कुछ हुआ. तो फिर फ्यूचर परफेक्ट क्या होगा? फ्यूचर परफेक्ट ये होगा कि कोई चीज़ है जो फ्यूचर में होगी, लेकिन वो फ्यूचर आने के पहले चालू हो चुकी होगी. मीन्स फ्यूचर के भी पास्ट में चालू हो जाएगी, और फिर हम ये बताएंगे कि चालू होने के बाद वो फ्यूचर के किस वक्त तक ख़त्म होगी. एन एक्शन दैट विल गेट कंप्लीटेड इन फ्यूचर, दैट विल गेट कंप्लीटेड इन फ्यूचर, जो वक्त मैं बताऊंगी उस वक्त वो कंप्लीट हो चुका होगा. लेकिन ऑब्वियस सी बात है, सिंस द वर्ड परफेक्ट इज एसोसिएटेड, यानी उस वक्त के पहले वो चालू हो चुका होगा. यानी कि अगर मैं अपने बारे में एक बात बताऊं कि मैं आपको टेंसेस पढ़ाना चालू कर चुकी हूँ, इस लेक्चर के ख़त्म होने तक मेरे सारे 12 टेंस ख़त्म हो चुके होंगे। यानी कि अभी ये लेक्चर ख़त्म होने का है, लेकिन मैंने टाइम बता दिया कि ये लेक्चर जब ख़त्म होगा तब तक मेरे सारे 12 टेंस पढ़ा के ख़त्म हो चुके होंगे। लेकिन चालू तो वो पहले हो चुका है ना पढ़ाना, तो दैट वॉज द यूज़ ऑफ फ्यूचर परफेक्ट टेंस। अभी आपको जब फॉर्मूला हम बताएंगे यू विल बी मोर क्लियर। द फॉर्मूला फॉर फ्यूचर परफेक्ट टेंस इज सब्जेक्ट प्लस विल हैव प्लस V3 प्लस, नॉर्मली यहाँ पे हम फ्यूचर टाइम बताते हैं, उसको बताने के लिए वी यूज़ द फ्रेज बाय द टाइम और बाय दिस टाइम, इस तरह से हम बताते हैं। तो लेट मी राइट द एग्जाम्पल, आई विल हैव completed my 12 tenses by the time class ends today। अब यहाँ पे टुडे से आप मत कंफ्यूज होइए। टुडे मीन्स आज जब क्लास ख़त्म होगी। अभी क्लास ख़त्म हुई नहीं है, अभी चल रही है, लेकिन आज जब क्लास ख़त्म होगी तब तक मेरे 12 टेंस पढ़ा के ख़त्म हो चुके होंगे। होंगे है, देयरफॉर इट गोज़ अकॉर्डिंग टू द वर्ड फ्यूचर, एंड परफेक्ट मतलब क्योंकि वो पढ़ाना चालू हो चुका है। तो आई विल हैव completed is the V3 form, my 12 tenses by the time class ends today. Okay, let's make another sentence. Ram will have completed his BCA first year by this time next year. Now see, again it's very easy. There's a boy named Ram who would have completed his first year of BCA by this time next year. मतलब आज जो वक्त है 2020 में, अगले साल जब यही वक्त आएगा तब तक राम का BCA पढ़ना ख़त्म हो चुका होगा। और ऑब्वियस सी बात है, पढ़ना तो वो पहले चालू कर चुका है, दैट मीन्स वो परफेक्ट में चालू कर चुका है। परफेक्ट का मतलब है, वंस अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू, दैट स्टार्टेड इन द पास्ट। तो फ्यूचर के पास्ट में वो एक्शन चालू हो चुका है, यानी अगर हम अभी माने तो अभी राम ने BCA फर्स्ट ईयर की पढ़ाई चालू कर दिया है, अगले साल यही वक्त आने तक उसका पढ़ के ख़त्म हो चुका होगा। आई थिंक that's quite clear to all of you. And now let's do the last tense of it, that is future perfect continuous tense. Again it's very easy. Here also future में कोई चीज़ complete होगी, future के past में चालू होगी, लेकिन वो चालू होके future के उस टाइम तक चलती ही चली जाएगी। Now for that again I'll again make the timeline, something that will either start today or maybe after tomorrow, any time in future, and it is going to end at a particular time in future। लेकिन वो आज चालू होके फ्यूचर के इस टाइम तक चलती ही रहेगी, और जब ये टाइम आएगा तब वो एक्शन ख़त्म होगा। Now the formula for this tense is subject will have plus been, since it is continuous it is V4, will have been completing, again you can use the phrase by the time or by this time over here। अब अगर मैं बोलूं कि मुझे अगले साल इस वक्त तक पढ़ाते हुए 11 साल हो जाएंगे, इसका मतलब यह है कि अगले साल से 10 या 11 साल पहले से मैं पढ़ा रही हूँ, पढ़ाते ही जा रही हूँ, और वो जो पहला साल था वो 11वें साल के लिए तो पास्ट हो चुका है। तो पढ़ाने का एक्शन पहले साल से लेके 11वें साल तक चल रहा है और चलते ही जा रहा है. That means an action that started at a point of time in the past, but yes, it has not yet completed today, and it is going to be in continuation till this time in future. That is future perfect continuous tense. To tell you, normally in spoken English, we do not use such long and tough sentence. These sentences are used only in the written English form because we do not prefer to speak such long sentence and express our meaning. But when we are studying the tenses, you ought to know the formula and the usage. So let's make an example here. I will have been teaching for 10 years. By this time next year. यानी कि अगले साल मुझे पढ़ाते हुए कितने साल हो जाएंगे? 10 साल. इसका मतलब ये है कि अभी कितने साल हुए हैं? 9 साल हुए हैं. लेकिन अगले साल इस वक्त तक मुझे पढ़ाते हुए 10 साल हो जाएंगे. That is future perfect continuous tense. So I hope you all are clear with this. राम के लिए भी हम बना सकते हैं. Ram will have been completing his BCA first year at this time next year. Instead of by this time, you can also say at this time next year. अगले साल इस वक्त राम का फर्स्ट ईयर खत्म हो रहा होगा, हो चुका होगा नहीं. So I guess I'm very clear about my formulas. Meanwhile, you can copy down these formulas and go through the examples quickly. So with this tense, we end up with our 12 tenses. I will be quickly summing up all the 12 tenses after this. Okay, students? A quick recap of all the 12 tenses. Okay, I shall make, children, a very quick recap in the tabular form for all the tenses. Okay, let's take this present, now this is past, and this is future. I won't be writing the formulas over here, I will just be giving you the example. The simple present is I play cricket. Okay, what will be the continuous form? It will be I am playing cricket. What will be the perfect form? I have played cricket. And what will be the continuous form? I have been playing cricket since 4 o'clock. These are the 4 forms of present tense. Now, I played cricket yesterday. I was playing cricket last evening. I had played cricket when you came. I had been playing cricket when it started to rain. Okay, here there were 2 actions, started and playing. Here it was played and came. This was V3, this was V2, again this was V4 and this was V2. The second action was automatically functioning as the time for the first action and time is the mandatory condition for all the past tense. Now let's quickly go. I will play cricket. I will be playing cricket. Tomorrow हम लिख भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी लिख सकते हैं. I will have played cricket by this time tomorrow. और कल इस वक्त भी खेल रहा हूँगा. I will have been playing cricket for 5 hours by this time tomorrow. Okay, so this is how we have completed our all the 12 tenses. Okay children, I hope you all are clear about the usage of the formulas. I'll be just moving so that you can copy the formulas and the example of these sentences. I have written few short forms because we have some time constraint, but here I have mentioned all the examples in short. Okay children, so for any doubts you can message us.